I'm going to do another chat GPT. This time I'm going to ask about Martin Butler's book, Corporeal Fantasy, and one particular article in it, which is called The Wolf. Can you tell me about Martin Butler's book, Corporeal Fantasy, and especially the article The Wolf?
Martin Butler's Corporeal Fantasy is a collection of philosophical reflections that delve into human nature, self-development, and the contradictions inherent in our lives. The book is an exploration of how we relate to our bodies, desires, and impulses, offering both a critique and an alternative view to conventional spiritual and psychological approaches. The essay The Wolf within Corporeal Fantasy stands out for its bold approach to the animalistic nature of human being. Butler uses the metaphor of the wolf to represent the instinctual, survival-driven part of ourselves that is often suppressed in spiritual or self-help contexts. He explores the tension between the civilized self, represented by aspirations toward kindness, humility, and self-control, and the wild self, driven by basic urges like hunger, sex, and the desire for power or status. Key themes in The Wolf. 1. Human duality. Butler argues that humans are deeply animalistic at their core, driven primarily by survival instincts. Despite our desire to cultivate higher virtues or spiritual goals, these primal urges remain dominant. 2. Repression and its consequences. Spiritual practices and societal norms can attempt to repress these instincts, e.g. through celibacy or denial of pleasure, but Butler suggests this only causes harm. The wolf, our instincts, will not be tamed, and when suppressed, it often finds destructive outlets, manifesting in behaviors like jealousy, anger, or even abuse, as seen in the cases of priests or spiritual communities. 3. Acceptance over suppression. Butler's central message is that true self-development doesn't come from repressing our animal nature, but by accepting it and learning to observe it without judgment. Rather than forcibly controlling our desires, we should allow them space, understanding that they are part of what makes us human. For existential realism, Butler also emphasizes the cold indifference of nature. He suggests that expecting nature or life to cater to our individual desires is a false hope. Instead, freedom comes from understanding our place in this larger system, recognizing that we are insignificant in the grand scheme of things, and in this acceptance, finding liberation from expectation and frustration. By practical advice, Butler offers concrete steps to engage with our wolf nature, such as observing it without judgment and accepting it as part of the human experience. His advice aligns with practices in some spiritual traditions, like Zen, which advocate for mindfulness and awareness without moral condemnation. Philosophical influences. Butler draws on several spiritual and philosophical traditions in his work. He references Gurdjieff, whose teachings stress the importance of self-awareness and the integration of the different aspects of the self. He also sideshows and discusses how suppressing bodily urges can lead to inner conflict and dysfunction. Zen Buddhism, with its focus on mindfulness and living in harmony with one's nature, also influences Butler's thoughts on how to relate to the wolf inside us. The tone of the essay, the tone is raw and unapologetic, often challenging societal norms. Butler isn't interested in providing comforting answers, but in offering a path toward deeper self-awareness, which requires confronting uncomfortable truths about our desires and nature. This essay is a call to stop idealizing the good self while demonizing the bad or animalistic self. Instead, it urges readers to accept both aspects of their nature and to live authentically, embracing the contradictions within. Would you like to explore specific aspects of the book or article further? I can help break down concepts or apply them to your work.
Thank you. That was lovely.